Hi, this is Tony at Cover Magazine. I'm speaking to David van der Kap, the CEO of Oracle Med Health. David, thank you very much for your time. It's great talking to you.
Thank you, Tony, and good afternoon. Thank you for having me.
Yes, David, it's a great time for me to talk to you. We're in the sort of second year of the COVID pandemic. Obviously, it plays a great role in your business, especially since you operate quite a bit in Africa. And so, yeah, I mean, it's probably on the lips and in the board meetings of every company that operates in Africa at the moment. So, there's so much more to travel medical insurance than just the basic add-on from a credit card, as they say. And you spotted this gap in 2001 already and are now operating in 18 different countries. Maybe you can just tell us, what is the real client need that you cater for, and how do you do that?
All right, Tony, thank you. Correct. We operate in 18 countries, and in the 18 countries that we operate, we have a lead insurer. Now, the lead insurer, they're different in all the countries. The lead insurer, we appoint a lead insurer, and the whole business is reinsured back to Constantia Insurance. So the lead insurer would issue a policy, and payment would be to the lead insurer. Why we do it that way is because you have what you call admitted business, which is the correct way to do business. So by the policy being issued on local paper, in the event that the client knows that he's got proper and legitimate and legal, is written on legal paper, rather than writing it from offshore, where it is called non-admitted business. So by having non-admitted business, you'll do properly and appropriately and in terms of the regulatory approval. And also the regulators are getting very tough in Africa. They're starting to get very tough by saying, if you want to do business in our country, wherever it may be, Nigeria, Ghana, Mozambique, Congo, you do it in terms of our regulations. And our regulations demand that you have an in-country partner. So really that is how we go. And that forms a major part of our distribution channel, by having that in-country partner and we have proper reinsurance treaties and proper agreements. We, Oracle Med, continue. We are the product owners, and as you correct, since 2001, we own the products. We do the underwriting, claims management. We do the whole thing, call center functions. So everything is done out of our office in South Africa, do it in 3 languages: English, French, and Portuguese. But most important of all, the clients know they're talking to us. Our in-country partners is written on their paper, but we do everything related to claims, administration, and everything. So they have comfort in that. We have skilled people to do it. I'll talk about it in a minute. But really, that is the major part. And what happens is that in-country insurer, through working in conjunction with appoint the broker. So the agreement between the in-country partner and the broker is a separate agreement. We are signatory to that agreement. So the in-country partner the in-country insurer would partner with Marsh, would partner with Aon Stroke Manette, would partner with Willis, etc. So, but we work through our in-country partners, and a big portion of the business is generated through that in-country insurer, who are our partners, and some retain a small part of the risk, some don't. They get an administration fee. So you do what we call admitted business, which is in terms of the law, in terms of regulatory requirements.
Okay, David, and then just in terms of that, the service and the value that you provide to clients, typically what type of client need this cover?
All right, so we deal with multinational companies, multinational and leading local companies. So for their employees, they look for quality cover. So take a multinational clients, senior management, board, senior management, middle management, would be certainly look into that. They want to offer access, quality care to their staff. So they would have all the bells and whistles, which would include flying to South Africa, or they want treatment, or flying offshore, they can have treatment in London, Paris. We have a proper worldwide network of 3,200 hospitals. So at the top end, the management, senior management, up to middle management want a certain type of plan, want a better type of plan that allows treatment offshore. And then from there downwards, we do what we call emergency cover, because they can't get that cover. So for their lower staff, they're looking for quality care for their staff. Should there be a trauma related or any emergency? So really, in effect, we offer it to across the whole spectrum of a company, offering different levels of cover because they want it. I mean, in Africa, they want quality healthcare and they want quality life care on a dollar-based policy. So we go across the board. A small percentage of our business is for the expatriates. So it would really, in the main, for the local nationals living in Nigeria, Ghana, Ethiopia, etc. For their staff, they want to have quality care for their staff.
Okay. And then just in terms of this, obviously then you're dealing in an environment where you work with people who have a medical problem and they therefore need your help. So how has COVID-19 and the lockdowns affected you? What sort of impact has it had on the business?
Well, it has a significant impact on the business because COVID was never covered. Pandemics, epidemics were never covered. Now we do cover them. We do cover pandemic, and multinationals are looking, leading companies are looking that their staff in the event of COVID have cover. We don't do COVID as a standalone product. It is incorporated, embedded into all the products we have. All our products, I say, have COVID embedded in them and have an emergency evacuation. Over this period, we have evacuated numerous into South Africa with COVID when they're really critical. We have dispensation from the DIRCO to bring them in, but really generally that COVID, they get treated in country. We are liable for the claim, but COVID is covered with the difficulties and the problems, the limited healthcare in Africa. So yes, COVID is covered, and it's created a huge awareness amongst companies that the limited healthcare available that they have for their staff in all these countries.
Mm. And then just in terms of brokers that you do work with, I know in South Africa, as you said, you work with a lot of brokers. In general, the brokers, who are they that operate in this segment of the market? Are they specialists? Do you provide training? How do you get them up to speed?
Sure. So yeah, there are, as a general rule, we would work with the top, say, depends on the size of the country, 5 to 10 leading brokers in each country. As I mentioned, that broker we work through, we have that broker appointed, and that broker is appointed through our in-country partner. So as a general rule, it would be Marsh, it would be Willis, it would be Willis Grosvenor, it would be ARB, which is another big group. It would be Aon, which is Aon Manette in Africa. They call it Manette because Aon sold off. So those would be, we work with JLT a lot through. But as a general rule, we work with the leading, biggest insurer, Lockton. We work a lot with, and we work with some of the international brokeries in India, etc., etc. At the same time, there's a lot of local brokers who are leading local brokers who know the domain well. So we have them appointed as well. And what we do in each of these companies, they don't have they have limited specialist employee benefits divisions. More and more are creating more because there's a big demand. So we do intensive training with these brokers. We work very hard on these brokers. We do intensive training, regular training. When we could travel, we haven't managed to travel for the last, we traveled still a bit last year at the back end to go back, because we would be traveling between myself and 2 others we'd be traveling 8 months a year. We do it remotely now. We've invested a lot of money in doing it, in doing training. We do monthly training, ongoing training with these brokers, difference on product design, how we do it, what we need to do. So yes, we do a lot of training. When I say when we could travel, we were able to travel, we did it traveling up to 9 months a year. Now we do it remotely, and it works well. It works very, very well. Sometimes actually it works a bit better. But we invest a lot of time in training and spending time in upskilling the brokers. What the brokers also do, because of our knowledge, and we are in the forefront of Africa and understanding that's our space in Africa, they rely on us a lot. And what the brokers do, they allow us to meet with the clients, with them present. And then that is one of the ways they learn, because there's so many questions, so many different scenarios, that a lot of the training is done in conjunction with the client. So they would introduce us to the client. I know we have quality product, and we work and we go through together at times when we can, to meet with the client with them at the same time. So we do invest a lot of time in training, which is for us is very material to our distribution.
Yeah, so brokers who would like to do business with you, as well as obviously companies who need your services, how do they get a hold of you and find out more about your solution?
It's a good question. The market's a bit smaller. I mean, we do have all the websites and social media and everything. But as a general rule, what we do, we work through those brokers, and we work between the leading 5 and 10 brokers in each country to take the best ones who as a general rule, have got the bigger clients on their cover. So we are all the time researching, finding out. Our in-country partners help us a lot, because they not only sell in healthcare, they sell the whole bouquet of products. They will sell short-term. So they would know who the leading brokers are, on condition that broker gets accredited with our in-country insurer. We go from there. They would at times say to us, and we work with them very closely, and say, we have a new brokerage that's set up in Mozambique. We introduce us to them, and we go forward from there. But it's difficult. We do on our website, we're very specific per country. So our website said, well, these are our partners. But I mean, we do focus on them. We're always looking for additional brokers, but the brokers we sort of know, and they do talk amongst each other, who are the people who can do their product. But a lot of it is influenced through our in-country partner in each of the countries who are dealing on all the facets across. Get inquiry, they would speak to in-country partner, tell me who does this. But once we get a hold on these in-country of these brokers, we work very hard, and we're in constant communication, whether it be whether we have lots of personal correspondence going to them, talking to them. So we work very, very hard on relationship building with these clients, with these brokerages in each of the countries. Very, very hard. And it can be two ways. It can be one of for new business and for existing clients. So when we do our client retention and our renewals, and we're very fortunate, we work hard at it. We have about a 99% renewal rate, so it's incredibly high. We work very hard. And when we do those, we are working through the broker on those renewals. So we do the renewals through them, we do the new business with them, and I think the brokers like our commission, because the commission that we pay is 10%, as against in the healthcare industry in South Africa it's 2.9%. So the brokers see a real value add as an income stream that they can earn substantial revenues out of it. So we do, as a general rule, the directors of the companies are talking to these multinationals. Healthcare is such a big need and such a demand in Africa that generally the senior partners, directors in the brokers are dealing with them. So we do to them, and they share a lot with their own staff.
I mean, definitely. I mean, it's the one beauty of your service and your product is that it's essential for most of the multinationals who operate in Africa, and especially at this time. And as you sort of alluded to me in the beginning, before we started the recording, it's good to know that your year is off to a good start, and that that there's a lot of activity and it's quite busy.
Sure. It has been. It's been good. I say we have a very almost 100% retention rate, and the need is getting ever greater. Multinationals who are in those countries are very conscious of the safety of the staff because of the limited healthcare in Africa, and as it goes right across the whole of, certainly the whole of, and with the area we play in, the space we play in is Sub-Saharan Africa, up to, we go all the way up on the west side up to Cote d'Ivoire, Sierra Leone on the eastern side, we go to Ethiopia. So we cover the whole spectrum, and I say that the limited healthcare employers are worried about their staff, concerned about their staff. And most important also, why it is normally close to 100% contribution by the employee. And by having that 100%, because they are very worried in the event of an incident, a work-related incident, or something happens, they don't want to have any liability on their head. They don't want something goes wrong, there's a work-related incident, because they don't have work-related incidents or workman's compensation in Africa. So they want to know that they're fully covered, and for any form of incidents of their staff, be a work-related incident or whatever. And the second part would be that somebody can deal with it. Not so easy to bring people out, not always on emergencies, but put them on jet ambulances. Between my COO, Pat Hainsworth, and our medical director, Dr. DeFrey, both been in the company 21 years, now 21, and they're experts in this business, and they deal with it every day of the week. So we don't have any complaints. If you look at this on the regulator's website, there's not one complaint there. So we're proud of that, and that helps us a lot. But what also does do, companies are looking for good cover. And why they're looking for good cover? Because it helps retain existing staff and entices new staff. So people are coming. The two questions they'll ask: tell me about your healthcare and tell me about your life cover at a senior level. They want to know that they've got quality benefits in both of those levels, because they won't move otherwise, and they want dollar-based benefits, not local currency-based benefits.
Absolutely essential.
Mm.
David, thank you so much for your time and for the comments. It was very interesting to talk to you. Yeah, we'll see how this year plays out with COVID and where we're going from here. But yeah, good luck with Africa and the business. Thank you very much for your time.
Tony, thank you very much. It's been my pleasure. Thank you. Thank you again.